This is Kamera Points in the Bible, day number 28, Exodus chapter 30 through 32. You have Moses, and he's on the mountain talking to God. God has given him further instructions on the things that is to be used to worship him and how they're supposed to be treated. For instance, the wash basin, Aaron and his sons are supposed to be using it. They're supposed to purify themselves. The atonement of money, how it should be used. Those are offerings that children of Israel has to give. It is for the tent of meetings to take care of that. Also, God gives Moses the recipe for a certain incense and anointing oil. Everything needs to be with this anointing oil. Everything needs to be anointed that God has told them to create. And he tells them that this stuff should not be replicated for anything else, only to be used for God's purpose, the incense and the oils. And I love the fact that God tells him that he's already appointed someone. He's given them the spirit of God of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding how to design these things, how to the craftsmanship to build these things. Everything that Moses was instructed to make sure is built. This person also has an assistant to help God has given them the spirit of God too, of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding how to do those things. Everything Moses need to be done. Moses don't need to know how to build these things. God has already appointed someone. And I love the fact that it lets us know for leaders, you don't need to know how to do everything. You don't. God has other people who are chosen to do those things, to build those things. I love to see where a leader allows a person to use the gift that God has given them. And everybody has a place in God's business, and ministering to God. And leaders who is not so threatened by someone using their skills, absolutely love seeing it. That's a beautiful thing. And the ministry can flourish when a leader allows a person gifts to be used. And so I love that. Now, one of the last things God told Moses was that the children of Israel should keep the Sabbath, observe it. And 6 days worked, 7th day no one should work, and anyone who caught working should be put to death. It's just that serious. Lord, help us to learn how to keep the Sabbath, please. It's just that serious. And so leaders and people who have those talents, use them for God's purpose. Ask God for wisdom on how to use them. And teach us how to be humble and just do God's will. And so meanwhile, you have the children of Israel. They're approaching Aaron. Remember, Moses told Aaron and Hur to handle in disputes. They approach Aaron. Where's this fellow Moses? He's been gone for a long time. Moses has been gone for 40 days, 40 nights. And they're like, create a God for us to say that he delivered us from Egypt. And Aaron, this is what get me with Aaron. Aaron tells them, go get all your gold earrings from your kids and your wives, and I'll melt them and we'll make a calf. Okay, number one, this point here. First of all, people, doesn't matter where the leader is. Where's your relationship with God? Where's your relationship? At the sign that your leader isn't where you think they're supposed to be, you're turning your back on God. Not Moses, but God. Your God is not Moses. Your God is not your leader. And the first time you don't even sense God or feel that God is there, you turn your back on him and you create another God. What is that other God, right? What desires are you picking up or habits you picking up that is taking the place of God? And so Aaron, stand for righteousness. Dude, you were there the entire time. From the first step that Moses took into Pharaoh's territory, you were there. You were there with the first miracle of the blood and the serpent. We'll just say the serpents. You were right there. You were speaking for God. Righteous people of God, please stand firm in your righteousness. Don't let the pressure of people cause you to do something like that. So every time I read that, I just say, Lord, help me not to judge Aaron, because he's only doing what people do. That's humans. I mean, you got to stand for righteousness. Lord, help me to stand for righteousness every time. I'm just saying. But it annoys me because he was there from the beginning, and he could have just stood up for God, but he did not. So God tells Moses, you need to get down there with those people. Those people have already decided so quickly to turn against me and worship an idol. And they told God, we promise we'll worship you. But the first sign, what happens? They go back on that. And so God said, I'm going to destroy them all, Moses. And I'm going to make you into a great nation. And this right here shows a little bit more into Moses' character. Moses, he says, Lord, why are you angry with your people? If you destroyed them, then the Egyptian will say that you lured the children of Israel into this wilderness to destroy them. They are watching. So I love the fact that Moses' character, it showed that remember how Moses, he talked to God? I love the fact that he talked to God. I love the fact that he speak up. He opens his mouth to talk to God. And I love the fact that what he was saying remember when Abraham spoke up for the people? Moses is speaking up for the people. God shows us their character, that they actually speak up for the people. And that right there, guys, we got to speak up. We got to speak up. God hears. They didn't have attitudes. They didn't think they were better than God or they knew more than God. But I believe God allowed them to speak up because it shows their heart as well. So God go ahead and he decides, I'm not going to kill him. Moses goes down with this tablet that God inscribed with his own finger, right? Front and back. There was two stone tables. As him and Joshua are coming down, Joshua's like, it sounds like a war cry. Moses is like, no, it's not. So they get there and Moses see that they're worshiping and celebrating this new God that they just created. And so Moses is upset. He slams the tablets, which I didn't like that Moses did that in his anger. Moses can be angry when he wants to. Moses probably think, y'all have no idea. Seriously? I wasn't gone that long. Yeah. 40 days, 40 nights, Moses, and they already turned their backs on God. Guys, we got to make sure our relationship with God is real because when pressure hits us, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just saying. So Moses, he gets upset and he takes the calf. He burns it down with fire and makes powder into it, puts it in water and makes the children of Israel drink it. Then he confronts Aaron. Aaron, you let the people cause you to do this? Seriously? Aaron tells him of the pressure, whatever. So Moses sees that Aaron let the people get out of hand. And he tells them, he said, who's ever on the Lord's side, come over here by me. And so the Levites went. And he tells the Levites, kill every last one of them. I'm thinking this is all the rebellious people he's talking about because about 3,000 people, brothers, sisters, whoever, they were killed. And so the next day Moses said, I'm going to go and talk to God and see if, I can deal with the situation. And so Moses was like, Lord, you know what? I'll take the heat for them. God was like, no, I'm going to remove their names from the book of life. The ones who sin, those are the ones whose name going to be removed from the book of life. He says, I punish those who sin. The ones who sin are going to get the punishment. So God eventually put a plague on them. But guys, we got to make our relationship with God real. We cannot let the pressure of man and our problems, first of all, distract us from God. Make sure our relationship with God we trust the leaders who God placed over us, but don't turn your back on God just because your leader is not where they want you to be, where you want them to be. I'm just saying, make sure your relationship is with God and that you're serving God and your God is not your leader. I'm just saying. And there's so much there, guys. If you have any points you'd like to share, please place them in the comments. And there you have it. Points in the Bible. Day number 28, Exodus chapter 30 through 32. You have a God-filled blessed day.